Alright, hello everyone. I am going to do this in one take because I'm too lazy to edit video, and I also don't know how to edit video, so this is probably going to be one take. Basically, what I am here to do is teach people to effectively bunny hop in matchmaking. As Launders has done, he's done an excellent job with his tutorial. I'm going to try and clarify some parts of that tutorial while also adding a little bit more detail and other viewpoints to that. So, probably going to go into a map. Alright, you can't hear the microphone when maps are loading. Very weird.
Cowboy up and let's go.
Alright. So, I don't know if I should go over basic things like air strafing, how to strafe, because there are multiple ways to strafe. And you have to choose one that you're comfortable with. I prefer center strafing. Now, this is hard to do while talking into a microphone, but when you're strafing, of course, you can't use W. That is a huge, it'll make your movement go all weird, and you definitely can't do that. What I do for center strafing, and to use it in bunny hopping, is meaning that I'm making this invisible straight line that I'm going through when I'm bunny hopping. Some people, as you'll see in Frankie's video, are doing this like that kind of movement. Now, I have no idea if this actually like works, like if you can do that effectively. But the way I effectively do it is simply trying to trace into a straight line, following it, and just making that imaginary line. That's how I stay consistent, or at least try to stay consistent. Now, there's some common misconceptions that people have, is that you have to, like, swipe your mouse violently all the time to get these, like, Foon-style movements, like how you'll see in his demos. He's, like, strafing, like, all over the place and making these very abrupt movements, and that's definitely not necessary. Light, delicate movements are definitely possible to use, and that's what I use. Along with movements, you don't need to make movements. Like, I can do that without making a movement on some hops. So if you're, like, going around a corner, you don't need to, like, strafe, because that might screw it up. Like, of course I failed it there, but you don't need to strafe on every hop. Now, this should be the basics, but for bunny hopping, as your feet, even though that's in some quotes there, your feet are hitting the ground, that is when you're jumping. It's right as they hit the ground. Now, I could probably, I don't know, like commands. There we go. If I can actually get some decent hops in. Yeah, you'll see, it's right as your character's, like, hitting his feet, like his front foot is kind of hitting and he's galloping. It's at that point, although of course you're never playing Counter-Strike in third person, you might want to practice like that. I know I've practiced a couple times in the beginning doing third person like that, way back when, and it definitely gives you a feel for when you have to jump. Now, people often, I'm susceptible to this too, is that if you're going for like a long run, let's say from like nuke spawn, even though imagine this is nuke spawn, and you like screw up a bunny hop like that. People just stop and they'll continue running and they'll be like, oh, forget it, I don't need to bunny hop the rest of the way, it already messed up the timing. You can recover speed even though you fail like a first hop or a second hop or a fourth hop. Like, I can fail there and then continue. Like, that's no big deal. You shouldn't stop because you failed one. Just try and get the next few in. That's definitely a major part, because I see people in matchmaking trying to bunny hop, and after one they fail, they just like run the rest of the time because they feel that it's already screwed up the timing enough. You can still do that. Yeah, regardless if you fail, the timing is still going to be faster when you've successfully hit a few hops, even though you've failed like one or two. Now a lot of people ask me this, the switching to knife with a gun or switching to flash, which one is better? I don't see a difference. I like if I have guns, like, I don't like this default knife, so I'll use a flash. I like the animation for the flash better. So I'll use those to switch in between. Now, like, you can still effectively start your stuff. I don't have a lot of space on the mouse pad right now. There's a lot of stuff there. Of course. Like, you can switch guns like this. Like, this works. And you can hear my violently clicking of A and D. And Q. But you can violently switch your guns like that however you want, and it shouldn't screw up a timing. It doesn't have to be timed at any point. You can switch, and generally I find that effective. Like, it helps me with a gun instead of holding out the flash, because then I can't shoot anyone. I can't shoot anyone with a flash, and that's going to be pointless in matchmaking. But if I'm coming off a hop and I want to like surprise an offer around the corner, I can like do this and then switch to my gun and have that ready because I'm switching from on Q. That's what I'm using, Q. So I see that as like a big advantage, is switching between guns, so you can get the speed of the flashbang, but you still have a weapon to fire with when you come down from a hop. Now this is probably be easier. I might do another one where I get the program where you can see the jumps. If someone could tell me what that is, that'd be excellent, because I have no idea what it is. I tried looking. I don't know what it is. I know some servers have it as a plugin, but I know there's a Windows program for it too. Either way, on the terms of movement, if you were to imagine it was there, what I'm doing is my jumps are synced with a keyboard press, a left and right movement. Everything is synced. You'll hear it. I'll link in the description if this is going on YouTube. I would imagine it would. What's it saying? Yeah. If you hear, there's a certain video. It's Launder's video, and he gets like 10 or 11 hops in a row. I believe it's 11. And you can hear everything's being, like, he does this thing where when he jumps, he like switches like that. And you can hear from his background noise how every movement is synced. And you can, and that helps because you need to sync everything at the same time, essentially, or all on the proper time. Now, I probably will do another video with those, maybe slow motion, something like that. I would do slow motion now, but I can't bunny hop in slow motion. It's just, it never works for me, and I look like an idiot. Now back, you can, because everyone's been asking me, can you actually bunny hop like Frankie did? And please no DMCA takedown, but I do not believe that you can go like this. Now this round's gonna end in a minute, a couple seconds, but I don't think you can like go like that. I don't think that's effective. You know, someone might be able to, Aimware might be able to perfect this technique, but I can't seem to get it, and I don't feel I can use it properly. Mine's more, I know I saw someone on Reddit there like, where it's like these arcs that they were making, and yeah, I guess if you want to draw it, sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're longer, but it's kind of like a narrow-edged arc, if you were to call it something. At least the way I do it, and I bring them constantly back to the center. Let's see. Okay, this is a question I got. Can you bunny hop? Like, everyone seems to be using mouse wheel, and that seems to be the only option. Can I bunny hop with spacebar? I believe it is absolutely possible to bunny hop with both. It's difficult. It depends on the keyboard, I would say. Like, if you have a shitty keyboard like me, like I have an expensive, like, $110 keyboard, but I don't use it. I use a $10 keyboard instead, and I cannot bunny hop with spacebar. It's not going to work for me. You might be able to get a couple good hops out of it. I wouldn't say on the level of mouse wheel, but it's certainly possible. I also have a video I'll link in the description. It's another one of mine where it's just another, you might be able to slow it down also. It's 1080, 60 FPS. It's of the third person B-hop in slow motion, so you can see when the character's feet are hitting the ground and when to time the hop. A person in the comments also gave a good amount of advice, is to go on, now I'm not saying script on multiplayer servers. That's definitely not what I'm saying. Overwatch will pick you up for it eventually if you're like, because there's two ways to lying. It's to just blatantly lie and do whatever you want, and then there's lying and hiding it. And one way or another, Overwatch is probably gonna get you eventually, because they're gonna know that you're like trying to I don't even know like how, but I think Overwatch would be able to see if like two consistent amounts of hops are being like on like a ramp, like a downhill ramp or something like that, and you're just timing all these hops perfectly. So I'm not saying do that, but another alternative that was given was to go onto those auto hop B-hop servers and get down your strafes, get down your timings. If they have a third person mode, I know some of them do, use that and make sure to like feel like you can look at my video and be like, alright, that's where his feet drops on his character model there. But unless you're actually doing it, I'm not sure how much it's going to help. So going onto an auto hop server, getting your timings down, syncing it down, getting a feel for where you want to draw your imaginary line, I think that is the best way to do it. You have to learn your strafe syncs. That's definitely what you got to do. Then even there, so you don't piss off your teammates, and you're trying to like, because if you go into like matchmaking, and you're gonna be like, all right, I've learned these auto hop movements, now I'm gonna practice them, but since I want it on 64 tick, I'm just gonna go into matchmaking and fuck with everyone else. I wouldn't do that. I would go into your own private server and practice these, or if you want to do it on the Bunnyhop servers, but I generally find those maps, like, I'm not very good at those maps. I find those pretty difficult. So I just go into what I'm doing right now. 64 tick, pick a beautiful, popular map, like Assault for CSGO, Militia, any map you want that has flat surfaces. I know one of the new Bloodhound ones, if those are gone, Agency, that's the one. It has a giant like helipad that's flat. A lot of the floors are flat. Pick one of those maps and just practice like hard hopping, like with your scroll wheel, your mouse, your scroll wheel, your space bar, your middle mouse button, whatever you're using. And another important thing is if you're trying to listen, you're like, maybe that was a good hop, or maybe it wasn't, I can't really tell yet. A good indicator is, I'm trying to get it now. You'll hear two footsteps. It kind of, I don't know, it sounds like he's dropping a bag of coins. Like, that's what it sounds like. It's actually, it's two footsteps. It sounds like two footsteps. That's how you'll know. Like, you can hear it. It sounds like someone dropping a coin purse. Of course, I can't get Bunnyhops up here to differentiate the noise, but... Like, listen. You'll hear, that's not the noise, but then you'll hear the coin purse noise. It's like, it's hard to explain because I don't know really what the sound is, but I believe it's like a metal noise. You'll definitely hear it. It's distinct. And just listen for that. That's when you know you failed a hop. This is probably going to be the only take that I've done of this. If anything else needs answering, I'll probably go back on Reddit along with this post in the comments and answer other questions. Of course, I'm going to link Launder's channel because he's one of the... Wow, I'm surprised this actually works. He's excellent at what he does. He's made excellent tutorial videos. I originally started bunny hopping on Go with his effectively... Ah, shit. I used the same name. I didn't even mean to. Yeah, I used his effectively way back when, year back, whenever it came out. Because I've been subscribed to him for a while. I used that, and I'm just trying to carry it forward, and I think I gave more examples or some more explanation into some of these parts, and yeah, if you have any more questions or you need other parts of videos made, like slow motion hops or something like that, just like put a comment on Reddit, PM me something. Probably don't Google Plus me. You can add me on Steam. I have a backband Modern Warfare 2 account, or my regular other CSGO account that I'm using right now that has this this cooldown. Also, that's why the thousands of comments, why are you backbanned on Modern Warfare 2? I don't know. I believe it was easy account. If you go, I don't know if you can see the Steam overlay. Easy account, Modern Warfare 2. I'm pretty sure I got backbanned for that, but it's for some reason Steam It resets your rank in Modern Warfare. I have no idea why I'm talking about this, but it resets your rank in Modern Warfare 2 for some reason. It has something to do with signing into a different Steam account, and I use that to constantly rank up because it was constantly happen, and that's most likely what got me VAC banned. And it's not even from that account. It just transferred through the Steam VAC transfer program, where it's like if you have two accounts and they're notably linked together, it'll just transfer the VAC ban so you can't play on it. And that's definitely what happened. None of the accounts I own are VAC banned on CSGO, nor would they. I don't cheat. This isn't even like... Yeah, I'm not teaching... I don't know. I don't know why I would be back. I don't think you can... Well, no, you could probably for an aimbot. This is just ramble now. If you want to close the video, do that. But I'm just clarifying to all the people who wanted to know about the back ban. Yes, the name is Satire. Do I think he scripted? Yes. That's probably where this video is gonna end. Please no takedown, Frankie. Thank you.